guys, welcome back to Fairies Tutorials.
In this session, we're looking at CSEC Food, Nutrition and Health past paper question for the exam years 2021, 2022 and 2023. And we're looking at question 1 specifically for paper 2. Now, before we look at those questions, let us look at some of the content you're required to know that falls under section 1. Content 1 and 2, diet. Content 3, diet-related health problems and their impact. Content 4, dietary guidelines for the Caribbean. 5, factors that influence eating patterns and dietary choices in the Caribbean. 6, factors contributing to changes in dietary needs. 7, basic physical activity plan to maintain optimum health for various groups. 8, community nutrition. 9, vulnerable groups in the community and their nutritional problems. 10, factors that threaten food security of vulnerable groups, bringing about undernutrition and starvation. And finally, content 11, organizations involved in community nutrition. Now, let's take a look at these questions. Are you ready? Drum roll. All right, let's go. So in the year 2021, 2022, and 2023, as you can see, the first part of question 1, all the question 1s are definitions, right? Now, what you can see here are some words that are bold and some phrases for you to see the similarities among the question, right? Now, this suggests that this year's paper may include a similar question of this nature based on the trend that we have been seeing. It's just that it is structured in a different way. Now, other topics include dietary needs. There's also vulnerable groups in the community, right? Such as the elderly. As you can see, in 2022, it asks about elderly. In 2023, it asks about children. 2024, this year, it may ask about either, or it may say, give us another type. So, for example, like pregnant and lactating women or persons who are specially abled. So, you may not get the same vulnerable group, but you may get other types of vulnerable group, right? Now, you should also know about nutrition-related health problems, same thing as diet-related health problems, right? Now, if you cover all this content in section 1, you can be sure of your 16 marks. Just ensure that when you're required to explain, you explain as much. A guideline that you can use to get maximum mark for each question is to look how much marks each answer or response is, right? For example, the first part of question 1 in 2021 says define the following terms. You get 3 terms there. You realize it's 6 marks. That means you will have 2 marks awarded for each correct definition. So make sure your definition that you write is adequate for you to get at least 2 marks. And majority of the time, 2 points in a definition can give you your 2 marks, right? Now, in the next part of the video, we'll look at some ideal responses for these questions. Now, I gave you a glimpse of the general topics that fall under question 1, but just for a little bit more detail, let us quickly browse through what each of those section headers, those main topics, let us look at the subtopics that fall under them. Right? So, definition of key terms, you must know the definition of diet. They also require for you to know the definition of health according to who, right? That one that they coined in 1948. Methods of nutritional assessments, the A, B, C, and the D, right? Aspects of health, physical, mental, and social. Role of diet in maintaining good health. You must know the types of diets, so balanced diet, special diet, reducing fat diet, and also diets which contribute to good health and well-being, such as a high fiber diet, low fat, sugar, salt, and the vegetarian diet. So that's content 1 and content 2. Now let us look at content 3. You were required to know about the diet-related health problems and their impact. So make sure that you are able to identify and describe certain lifestyle diseases, because some question may ask you, what is the impact of obesity, overweight, and obesity on Caribbean citizens? And you have to know the cons of having these diseases. You have to know the problems that are related to them. Let's look at content 4. It says dietary guidelines for the Caribbean. So you must know what are dietary guidelines, why are they important, and basic dietary guidelines for the Caribbean. Now, when you know these dietary guidelines, you'll also know how to advise someone who have diet-related health problems, just in case if you're asked, of how to assist that person or to recommend what that person should not include in their diet or should include in their diet, right? Now, content 5 refers to factors that influence eating pattern and dietary choices. As you can see, there's an extensive list below, so ensure that you're able to expound on some of these as well. Content 6, factors contributing in changes in dietary needs, things such as age, gender, level of physical activity, occupation, someone's state of health, special needs for certain category of people like pregnancy and lactating women, persons who are recovering from injury, the convalescents, food availability, and natural disasters. Content 7, physical activity plan to maintain optimum health for various age groups. The age groups are toddlers, children, adolescents, adults, and the elderly. Make sure that you're able to identify forms and types of exercise that will benefit all these age groups and also their duration. Content 8, community nutrition. You must know the definition of community nutrition. Why is community nutrition important as well? Content 9, vulnerable groups in the community and some of their nutritional problems, such as the infant, the toddler, the elderly, pregnant and lactating women, specially abled person, people who are poverty stricken, nutritional problems of various vulnerable groups as well. And malnutrition, you can be overnourished or undernourished, special nutrients needs, and also balanced diet. 10, factors that threaten food security of these vulnerable groups that bring about undernutrition and starvation, factors such as age, socioeconomic status, infectious diseases, natural disasters, right? So the older the person, the less likely they're mobile to go to the supermarkets or to the markets to buy produce. And also these persons may forget to eat, forget to take their medication. So as you age, there are a lot of things that happen to these persons. It may be emotional or just their physical health. Socioeconomic status, the word economic is referring to money. So people who are of a lower class or who are poverty stricken, for a better word, may not be able to afford certain types of food that are nutritious for them, right? As well as infectious diseases. And in recent times with corona, some people were sick, farmers were sick, so food production went down, food prices went up, all of that stuff. And of course, natural disasters such as hurricanes or drought can affect the production of produce. All right. And finally, content 10, where you learn about local government and non-government organizations and also regional and international organizations that are involved in community nutrition. There's an extensive list there below. And of course, local would refer to like health centers and so on. All right, our next video will focus on the answers to these questions, and good luck.
You're awesome. You made it to the end of the session. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also share with persons who you know would find this information useful. Thank you for making it Fairy's Tutorial.